is ready to talk Facebook groups. So first of all, I apologize for us starting a little bit late. I had a furniture delivery that came right at 1 o'clock, and rather than interrupt our training, I just figured I'd take care of it. And then we'll just start a little late. So thank you so much for your patience. I do respect your time. And I appreciate you just being flexible here. So thank you so much. And let's dive in and get started. So first things first, please say hi. I want this to be an interactive training. Tell me that you're there. The one thing I hate about these virtual trainings is like, I can't see your faces. I don't know if you're digging the information or not digging the information. So just let me know. Tell me that you are here. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And let me know that you are with me. And if you are excited to learn all the secrets about growing an amazing, engaged Facebook group. Also, if you are on Facebook, okay, if you're watching in our Facebook community, you're going to see there is a link for you to give permission for us to see your name, okay? If you don't give us that permission, this is what it looks like. You just look like Facebook user, and we want to know who you are. So if you'll just take a second, give permission for Facebook to share here on StreamYard. That's the program I'm using for this live. I'd love to see you and see who you are. So hi, Marichellas. Am I pronouncing that right? Marichellas, MK Beauty and Skincare, or Maricella. So excited that you're joining us. Hi, Facebook user. Thanks for saying hi, you guys. Please join us here in the comments. I want to say hi to you. And again, give us that permission there. So let's dive in here. Let's talk about Facebook groups. I've been getting a lot of questions on Facebook groups. I think it has to do with a reel that I shared like a week or so ago on my Instagram. And I know we had a lot of people who joined our Facebook group because I've been talking about Facebook groups. And I'm going to tell you, so what I'm going to share with you today is how we do this Facebook group right here, our Beauty Boss Facebook group. We grew this group over 12 months. We grew it from 350 members to 2,500 members in 12 months. And now we're over 3,500 members. And it's using this strategy I'm going to teach you right here. And I realize our group is not a Mary Kay group, okay? Like, I mean, we have Mary Kay people in the group, but I meaning this would not be the same information you'd be sharing to, say, your customer group or, or to like generating leads for your beauty business. I understand that. So what I want to do is clarify some things, show you how you can use what we do here in this group and translate it into your own group. So the strategy is exactly the same. It's just the content is different, okay? But this strategy will absolutely work for your VIP customer group. It will work for your unit groups. It will work for all of that. So I want to show you some of our stats here before we dive in so that you can see how effective this strategy is that I'm going to be sharing with you. I know a lot of people, we want engagement in our groups, but more than anything, we want conversions, right? Do you know what conversions are? Conversion means converting group members into customers. And we do a lot of that within this group here. We get a ton of engagement in our group. We get a ton of growth in our group. So I want to show you a little bit. Oh, here we go. We got all of your comments just like came in at once. So hi, you guys. I'm going to show you some of our stats in our Facebook group. So you can see these are our stats. We've had over 446 comments in our group. 710 reactions. Those are our likes and comments, which is down 4%. Come on, you guys, you need to like our posts and love our posts a little bit more. Give us some more reactions. Out of our 3,500 members, over just about half of them are actually considered active members in the group. They're actually seeing our posts. They're actually participating, commenting, reacting to our posts. That is a huge, that is a really, really good engagement for a Facebook group. We also have growth. We're at 3,488 members. We've recruited how many people? 62 new members in the last month. So that is what I'm going to be showing you here. I'm going to show you how we do this. I'm going to show you how we find other members for our group. I'm going to show you how we engage our members in our group. And I'm also going to show you how we convert are members in our group. So are you excited? Are you with me? Tell me in the comments that you are ready to go, and we're gonna share this with you. So I love saying hi to you guys. I'm gonna post some of these here. By the way, I am using StreamYard to stream into my Facebook group here. I highly recommend it. So if you, rather than using Facebook, and you're going to see why it is so much more interactive with everybody here, and it's so much easier to do these videos. So let's dive in here and let's talk about your Facebook group. So the first thing, and take out your pen and paper. We're going to answer a bunch of questions. We're going to do the who, why, what, how, where, and when of your Facebook group. This is how I've organized this training. So take out your pen and paper. First thing we're going to talk about is the who, because really, a Facebook group is a community. It's about the who. It is about the people who are in it. And the first thing that I want to encourage you to shift in your mindset is to focus your Facebook group from being about you, from being about my sales as a means for me to present my products, as a means for me to sell to people, as a means for me to announce things, and to translate that to being a community, to being about the people. Okay, so your Facebook group is not a message board for announcements. Your Facebook group is a community for people. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, who do you want in your Facebook group? Who is your community? So this is a twofold question. So first things first, you brass tacks, okay? Who is your community for? Is your community for your customers? So just the people who have purchased from you? Is it for your team members? Is it for potential team members? Okay. Is it a resource for recruiting? Is it for, or is it for potential leads, potential customers? So who is your Facebook group for? So I want you to be thinking about that. And let's talk through these different options here first. So most of us have a VIP Facebook group just for our customers, right? And that's a great resource. It's the best way to share posts about our products. It's the only place you should be sharing any sort of specials or selling or links to your website. I highly recommend you only share your personal website within your Facebook group and not on your public links in your posts, say on like your Instagram public account or your Facebook public account. That really selling links should really only be saved for a private Facebook group where you have already vetted the members to make sure they don't have another consultant. And it's people who are actually interested in this stuff. So is it your customers? Are your customers in your Facebook group? Are you going to open your Facebook group up to being potential customers? Are these leads? Is this a resource for people to come to who are looking for more information about your products or about working with you? And might I recommend that if you are not currently using your Facebook group for leads, it should be for leads. It should be a great resource for you to send people to. Think about it. Think about if you've got somebody who's interested in learning more about your products and learning more about working with you. Wouldn't it be amazing if you just be like, hey, I've got an entire group that's going to give you more information. Let me invite you to my group. So many of us, we limit it to just the people who've purchased from us and just our current customers. And you are leaving money on the table if you aren't opening it up to leads, to potential people who are interested in learning more about your business. Okay, so that's potential customers. Is it a resource for recruiting? You could use a Facebook group for potential leads, people who are interested in learning more about the business opportunity. So it would be a great resource for people who want to know more about the business. Or is your group for just your unit members? Like if you're a director, are you looking for your group to be more about that? So tell me in the comments, who is your group for? What is going to be the purpose of your group? Who is going to be in your group? The other thing I want you to think about, not just the who, like customer, team member, lead, that sort of thing, but also be thinking about who, like specifically, is it going to be for, who, like niche wise, narrowing down to some sort of niche. So think about it. What if you had a Facebook group that was specifically geared toward stay-at-home moms? and teaching skincare and makeup and providing a resource for stay-at-home moms? What if you had a Facebook group that was specifically a resource for professional women who are looking for professional skincare and looks to increase their career and that sort of thing? So I want you to think about, who is your group for? So write that question down. Who is going to be in my group? Who is my community? That's the first thing you really need to ask yourself. And you need to make that shift from it being a billboard for your business to being announcements for your business, just promo posts for your business, and making that shift to it being about your community, to building something together, to building connections with people so they feel that they are part of something. And something that I want you to also, well, let's move to the next thing. So this will fit in with this question. So that's the who. Who is your group for? 2, why? Why do they want to be a part of it? Many times when we create our Facebook group, we're only thinking of this, of what's in it for me. How am I going to use this group to promote my business? What do I need to be doing to get more customers for my group? And instead, I want you to shift your focus to be thinking, what's in it for them? Why would they want to be part of your group? So ask yourself this. I want you to look at the groups that you are a part of right now on Facebook, and be thinking about that. Like, would you want to be part of a group that was just posting promos about their products? Like, we all belong to them, right? We all have network marketing friends who have other network marketing businesses, other companies they belong to, and they invite us to their groups, they invite us to their parties, and all it is promo, right? Product. And I want to ask you, like, do you find those groups valuable? Do you enjoy being part of that community? Do you feel connected to the people in that community, or do you just feel sold to? And I want to encourage you to do something different, to do something that thank you. Oh, do you need me?
I just want to show you.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Say hi, Giovanni. You're on live video. Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You too. Have a good day. Thanks. Okay. Sorry, you guys. So I want you to be thinking about this. Why would they want to be part of your group? What value can you offer them? Do they have a reason to join your group? And the other thing that's going to make it magical, if you want to know what makes our group magical, and I believe our group is magical because we are this amazing community who are looking to come together and learn how to create a virtual business together, right? Do you feel that community in our community? I hope you do. I hope you've made connections with other consultants, that you've met other people and you feel that there. But one of the other things that we offer you is we offer you a ton of education, such as this video right here. We offer you value to learn more, to be part of something. And if so thinking about that, what value are you offering them? And what thinking about like engagement, right? And algorithm. And we're going to talk about algorithm in just a minute, because I know a lot of you were asking me about the algorithm. But thinking about that, okay, I want you to think how your Instagram or how your current Facebook works, right? When you sign into your Facebook and you go onto your app, you don't see every post of every group that you belong to, do you? You don't see every post of every friend that you are friends with. And your notifications, you're not getting a notification for every single post that someone has posted in your groups. And the reason for that is because there are billions of people on Facebook. There are billions of posts getting posted every single minute on Facebook. So the algorithm, its job is to weed out those posts that it thinks you would be interested in. So I want you to think from that perspective. That's what your members are seeing. They aren't seeing every post you're posting. So if you're getting disappointed saying no one's seeing my stuff and no one's engaging, the reason they're not engaging is because you haven't given them a reason to go into your group. The reason they're not engaging is because you haven't given them a reason to go into your group. What if instead of relying on the algorithm to show your posts to your people, you created such amazing, valuable content that when they signed into their Facebook, they actually went and searched for your group? What is she posting today? What is in this community? How many of you search for our Beauty Boss group? How many of you signed into Facebook and you actually want to see what we're posting today? And we've done that very strategically. Many of you give me that feedback, right? Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a love. If you come into this group because you want to see what we're posting, you don't just wait for me to post something. You come in here because you're like, I want to go in here. There are groups that I belong to. Social Salad Society is one of them. Pink Creation Station is another one. These are groups that actually, when I sign on Facebook, I go into those groups to see what they're posting rather than waiting for them to show up in my feed, right? What if you created that group? What if you created a group for your customers, your potential customers, that was so valuable to them that they were purposefully going in there? So the magic happens when you create that kind of community that they actively go to, rather than you just wait by chance for them to see that. So really that is the question. How do we do that? So I want you to think of the feel of your group. So there are, one is value. Okay. You want to have education in there. That's a given, right? I think education is a very obvious thing when we think about what content we're going to be posting in our group. But you also want a feel of community. You want your customers to be interacting with one another. You want to be creating discussions within your community that are causing people to talk about these topics. I'm going to talk about content in just a minute, but I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to look at your current group, and I want you to think about the post you're posting in there. And are your posts promoting community, or your posts just promoting announcements? And if you can create this to be a community where there are connections and there's relationship building and there is valuable discussion happening, you're going to get more and more people coming back. The other thing is you want to be thinking about what's going to be the feel of your group. And I recommend to you that the feel of your group, a really good customer group, a really good recruiting group, team group, and there is a way that you can combine it all, by the way, and that's called a collaborative Facebook group. But just thinking about your customers in there, the feel should be the feel of an exciting guest event. So I want you to think about the guest events that maybe your unit hosts or your area hosts or even the company hosts. And think about the feel when people go in there, right? You're going to be there. You want them excited. You want them feeling like they're part of something. So you want things in there like recognition. You want things in there where you're showing new and unique things. Think about when you go to the expo at Seminar and you're seeing all the new products that are out, right? You want it to feel like that. When you if you invite people to a star event, right? This is why we invite people to guest events, because of the hype, because of the feel of, we're in the room and it's exciting and they're seeing these things. You're going to recruit more people because they're going to enjoy being in your space, of the feel of the Mary Kay type community. So you've got to recreate that kind of environment within your Facebook group. So thinking about that feel being an ongoing guest event all the time, 24/7. That's the beauty of technology. They can get it 24/7. So write down some things. What do you love about guest events that you go to and that you invite people to? Why do you enjoy them? Why are they effective for your guests? Why would your guests want to go there? So that is the who and the why are the two biggest questions. Who is your group for, and why would they want to be part of it? Why do they want to come back to it? Why do they want to look at the posts that are in there? Okay. So now let's talk about content and what that looks like. So I actually want to go into our community here, and I want to show you some of the different types of content that we are posting within our community, and how you can look at this and actually translate it to your customer groups. And I'm going to give you a bunch of ideas here. But one thing is we post these every Monday, a goal of the week post. This would be great for your unit group, or if you have a combined group. I want to actually encourage you to think about the idea of possibly having a customer group combined with your team members, and allowing your team members and your unit members to invite their customers too, so that you've got one big collaborative Facebook group within your community. And so they're seeing, like, when you post goal of the week, wouldn't it be amazing Thinking about this, think about like a guest event. Wouldn't it be amazing if your customers saw your team members sharing their goals? Sharing about what they're working on. And what if you had your customers saying there, what's your goal of the week? Let's get you guys feeling like you're working towards something. What's your goal of the week? And look at we got 5 comments on this one. I love when you guys, and by the way, I do read all of your comments here. I don't always respond to them, but I do read them all. And I love seeing your goals here. Also, allowing people to post in your group. Like, wouldn't it be amazing having your customers like posting in here? You guys, what do you think of it? Has anybody used this product before? That sort of thing. Things like trainings, going live. I use StreamYard. I go live and have a regular, we used to do Tuesday trainings. We don't anymore because you can just look at them all and watch the replays because we do so many of our trainings within our Beauty Boss app for our members. So now you can go back and you can look like trainings. Wow. We have those. This is a welcome post that we do. I'm going to talk about welcome posts for welcoming people to your community. So that's live trainings. I love seeing you guys introduce yourself. What about this? Asking things. Who would be interested in a live training about Facebook groups? What do you want to know? What if you posted something? Who would be interested in a live training on skin cycling? What would you want to know? Who would be interested in a live training about contouring? What do you want to know? What if you posted something like this in your Facebook group? A lot of times, and you guys, like, I want to get away from the silly engagement game posts. Do you know what I'm talking about? That engagement bait, just silly games that have nothing to do with your topic that you're talking about. Like things nobody said in the 80s. And then I had someone who messaged me, they're like, I did a post that was like, everybody count. Okay. And she's like, and we only got up to I think she said like number 4. And you guys, like, those posts aren't helping you. That's not building your community. That's not giving value in your community. That's just engagement bait. Nobody joins your group because they want to play engagement games. People are joining your group because they want to know more about skincare and makeup and working with you. And they want to be in your space and they want to feel the culture of the Mary Kay community. They want to feel that they are part of something. They're not part of your group because they want to play funny games. Think about that. Like, those are not helping you, and start thinking about what posts are actually building your community. I promoted an event that we've got going on. I love seeing you guys post these things, asking for help, like encouraging your customers to ask other people for help in here. Imagine if you had like team members in there who were able to help answer when other people's customers are asking the questions. Here I do post ideas. What if you did things like, here's a product. Here are ideas for how to rock a new spring look. Like, just posting ideas for them. People want ideas. It doesn't always have to be a tutorial. It can just be ideas that you can give them. Things like, okay, this is a promo post. Who wants a free 1-week guest pass to our Beauty Boss membership? Comment me below. You could post something. Who wants a free sample pack for a spring makeup look? First 10 people will get it. Like, those are great promo posts. And look, you guys, we had 63 people say they wanted that in there. This is a promo post that you can do. So thinking about something like that. Who wants me to send them a sample pack? Who wants a free one-on-one foundation matching session? Comment me below. And then you are getting engagement on your posts, rather than a post that says something like, book a free appointment with me today, and here's the link. Like, you don't want to be posting links in there. You want engagement in there. And this gets engagement on this post. And the more engagement, the more people see this post. This post reached 612 people. That's a promo post. Okay, here, that's us promoting stuff on our group. Oh, I love these posts, you guys. Recognize your active members. You can find your active members by going here to under membership. Under membership, you can see your active members, which, by the way, Gloria, rocking it out. Go recognize your active members and you will get more engagement because they will want to make it to the top 10. So every month we shout out to our top members, our top people. Okay, so here are some great questions. Okay, these are the ones I really want you to pay attention to. These types of discussion questions, and you guys, these posts are so easy to create. Do you have your own branding for your content? You could ask something. Do you pick your eyeshadows according to your eye color? You could do you switch up your makeup look, or do you wear the same one every day? Do you what products do you use for your skincare routine? Goal of the week, we got that again. I love this question. Jody, thanks for building the community. This was a great question. If you had a magic wand, what would you change about virtual parties? So you guys, this is what a community should look like. It should not look like you just posting a bunch of posts about your stuff. It should look like a community. It should look like people contributing. It should look like people wanting to be part of something. So one thing that we do is we have our monthly content calendar. And believe it or not, we actually have topics and themes. So this is the best way, in my opinion, to organize your content. And it is the most effective way to build your group. So how this works, so go ahead and write this down, okay? So it's a three post series, okay? So post number 1 is a discussion question on the topic. I'm going to talk about topics in a minute. Discussion question on the topic. Post number 2 educates on the topic. It could be a live. It could be just typing in a bunch of tips. And post number 3 is a promo. So every month in our content library, we give you a different topic. So take a screenshot of this. These are some great topic ideas. I share these every single month in our Facebook group. So if you want topic ideas, these are some great ideas that you can do. And then here's how it looks in our content calendar. Let me go here. Share my screen. There we go. So this is what we do. So every Monday, let me zoom this in. Hold on. So every Monday, we have you do a welcome post, welcoming the new members. I recommend you do the same post every time. It should talk about the group. It should talk about the rules, and then it should ask questions of them so that they can respond and introduce themselves. Every Tuesday is a discussion question. So for this one, we've got, have you heard of skin cycling? Because this week's topic is skin cycling. Then on Wednesday, we have you doing a live. Now, the key here is everybody who comments on this post, tag them when you do this post, because those people are going to be interested in this post. So the next one is a training post on the topic. And then the third post is a promo post. Who's ready to customize their skin cycle routine? I have 6 open appointments next week to help you find your best skin ever. Comment emoji to get on my calendar. So that way you're getting engagement and you're getting comments there. We do give like fun engagement things, but they're always beauty focused, okay? Rather than just doing random games here. So every Friday we just have like something fun. You change one thing about your skin. So just thinking about what kinds of, this one's random. Every time, sometimes it's just fun to get to know your people, but don't go overboard with these. Like what's your favorite movie, and have people putting that down there with that. But those are very rare. You get what I'm saying? Like make it about getting to know your community, but make it rare. You want them to stay on topic for the most part of what you're sharing. So use those posts wisely rather than filling your group with those posts. So the other thing, so first thing is post. Those are content. You want to be thinking value, education, and discussions, and promoting maybe once a week. And I found that the best promo posts are the ones that are in the form of a question that just gets people to comment below. And then what you do is you private message them the direct link to it. So that I found is the best way to promote in your Facebook group. Whereas if you are just posting pictures of something you're selling with a link for them to click on it, number 1, that's going to hurt your algorithm within the group. Number 2, that doesn't get you any engagement. Because they're not commenting, they're just clicking on the link. And number 3, it doesn't, you're just not going to get as many results when you give them a link versus when you can actually consult with them and find out what they need and what they want. So focus on that relationship building. So that's content. Second thing that you should be doing in your group is live events. Scheduling at least 2 live events. And by live event, I mean a skincare, I don't mean like live trainings. What I mean is actually doing a full skincare class right in your group, doing a full color class right in your group, doing a full pampering class right in your group, doing a full recruiting event right in your group once a month, showing it in there, creating it as an event, scheduling it as an event, and then inviting your group members to it. So we are now kind of shifting our conversation to conversion. So that's content, that's getting engagement up, that's getting people excited and getting that feel of that group. And by the way, that does take time. So don't expect it to be an immediate fix. Your group your members have to get used to the way they have to get used to the cycle. They've got to get used to the feel of the group, to the schedule of the group. And that takes time. So listen, if you're first time doing this, you're like, Brittany, I tried it this week and it didn't work. Okay. I'm telling you, you got to try it for quite a few weeks so people get used to it and so that they keep coming back for more and seeing what they need to be doing in the group. So live events. So doing full skincare classes in the group. I don't care if nobody is on. But doing that event, here's what's going to happen when you stream it live. And again, I do recommend you use StreamYard. If you're in the Facebook group, there's a link to StreamYard that you can sign up for it. And really, you only need the free one to go into your Facebook groups, the free version. But if you do your skincare class right in your group and stream it in your group, guess what happens? Think about how people use social media. They're going to sign on and they're going to see, hey, Julie is live today. And they're going to look on there and they might catch only a snippet of your skincare class, but they're going to still see it. And they're going to get that repetition over and over and over again. So I recommend every single month you at least do a skincare class in your group, a recruiting event in your group, and then 1 or 2 others, whether it's color or something specialized or a pampering event, that sort of thing, but at least a skincare class and at least a recruiting event in your group every single month. And even if nobody's showing up, they're still going to be seeing it in their feed. And you're going to be keeping that cycle going. One of the hardest things about a Facebook group is keep going when you're not getting the engagement. It's actually all with social media. It's actually with our business in general. You have to kind of go through a period of not getting any feedback, like results, and you got to keep going so you can get to the results, if that makes sense. It's about consistency and it's about teaching your members what your group is all about. So that's content. That's what to share. So we've talked about who is your group for? Why do they want to be part of it? What are you going to share in your group? Now let's talk about how to convert them, how to convert group members to customers and team members, because that's really what this is all about. So I want to, how many of you, tell me in the comments, who here has heard of ATM, Ad Tag Message? Ad Tag Message, who's heard of that before? Because that is the most effective strategy for converting group members to customers and team members. What a lot of people think, okay, one big misconception, I don't want to say a lot of people think, a big misconception about social media is that sales happen from posts. Content is important, but most of your conversions happen on private message. And so thinking about that, a lot of people, we have people who they're taking our Insta Launch Challenge. And I have people who they're like, Brittany, like I posted about the Insta Launch Challenge or about my signature event and nobody is attending, nobody's interested. I'm like, well, how many people did you private message? And almost all the time they say none. You have to message people because number one, not everyone sees your posts. And number two, sometimes people need a personal invitation to get it. It's way harder to say no to a personal invitation than it is to ignore a post. Okay, so like it's very easy to ignore a post. It's hard to ignore a personal invitation on Messenger because it's going right into their inbox. The other thing is you need to be thinking about, let's talk about the algorithm. I get a lot of questions about the algorithm, and let's just talk about this. Here's why there's an algorithm. Do y'all know why there's an algorithm? Okay, the algorithm gets a bad rap, and people think I want to beat the algorithm. You don't want to beat the algorithm. The algorithm is good. There are billions of people. There are, I think, like 4 billion people. not 4 billion. I think it's 2 billion people on Facebook. There's a lot of people on Facebook, okay? It's the biggest social media platform. Billions. And there are billions of posts being posted all the time, every second. Millions of posts every second. And every time you think algorithm, I want you to think of a freeway. Okay, there are a lot of cars on that freeway, a lot of cars. And the more cars get on that freeway, the more people are posting, the more jammed up it gets. And it is impossible for the platform to show you, I want you to think of yourself as a user, show you every single post that is getting posted by your friends, by your groups, whatever. Every post you're supposed to see, you do not see it. The algorithm is there to weed things out for you, to think about your likes, to think about your preferences, what posts you've spent time on, what posts you have liked, what posts you've commented, and thinking about all those things. I know it's freaky how much information it gets on us, but it is designed to know that information about you so that way it can send you the right post. Well, so it can send you the right ads because that's how Facebook makes money, but it's also to show you the right posts. You've got to be your own algorithm for your group members. You have got to be the algorithm. How do you do that? Through tagging and messaging. Do not rely on the algorithm to show your post to the people who you want it to show to. You've got to take some work and you've got to make sure the right people see your posts. So one way that you do that is through tagging. One thing I highly recommend is that you have questions that you ask before people can join your group. One is, of course, you're going to ask them if they have a beauty consultant. You always want that gatekeeper question. You don't want anybody in your group who has another beauty consultant. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of theirs. And it's not cool to do the other beauty consultant. So you always want to make sure they are a free agent before they join your group or they're your own customer. So that's one question. The second question you want to ask is, what are they interested in learning about? What beauty topics are you interested in learning more about? And I recommend you create a spreadsheet, Google sheet, Excel sheet, and you keep track of those answers and who says what. So that way, for instance, let's say Susie customer comes in and she says, I'm interested in learning more about contouring techniques. So that way, when you post something about contouring, you can go back and search and see everybody who said they're interested in contouring, and you can tag those people in that post. So that way they see that post. So you already know Susie customer said she's interested in contouring. Go tag Susie customer in that post. You tag her in the post that would interest her. And then you send Susie customer a message and you say, hey, I just posted something on contouring. I know you said you were interested in that topic. I tagged you in the post. Go check it out. I also have a live event coming up where I'm going to be teaching contouring techniques. It's on this day and this time. Can you come? So you personally invite them to that group, and you do that via Messenger. And that way, when she says she's coming and then you see Susie customers showing up and commenting on your live event, you're able to then later message Susie customer and be like, hey, what do you think of the event? What's your favorite thing you learned? And follow up with her. You guys, successful Facebook groups are not from just posting stuff. Successful Facebook groups are when you're actually communicating, building relationships, connecting with your members on a personal basis. And that really is the big step that a lot of people are missing, why you're not converting from your Facebook group, because you are not spending the time messaging people. And that's really what it comes down to. So I highly recommend that you put that as part of your regular routine, that you go and you start messaging your Facebook group members. And if you've got a Facebook group, say you got a few hundred members and you didn't have those questions set up, you could ask that. You could say, hey, set up a poll and be like, what topics are you interested in learning more about? And then put like topics. Skincare options, anti-aging, acne treatment, foundation matching, contouring, mascara tips, eye makeup look, blah, blah, blah. Put all the topics that you would do. Starting a business, okay? Put all those topics. And then you can see everybody who responded to that poll and start making a spreadsheet of who responded to what of those topics. So that way, when you do post on those topics, you know who to reach out to and to tag them in there. Okay, so tagging and messaging is how you are going to become the algorithm rather than relying on Facebook's algorithm to do the work for you. So that's part of that group, that there. Let me talk about what you're going to do about new members. You also need a new group member process. I teach this. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a brief thing. I actually teach this in our app. Where's our app? Here it is. Okay. So first of all, our members get access to our calendar with our Facebook group posts. We create those posts for you every single month. But we also have, if you have, starting in your third month as a member, you get access to the Facebook group blueprint, which is basically step-by-step how to create a Facebook group like this. And in here, in conversion, I show you the new member conversion process. You guys, like, I would love to talk to you for like 4 hours today on all of this stuff, but this is just like a quick training on it. Well, it's not so quick. I meant this to be like 10 minutes, but it's like 40. But hopefully this is helpful. Tell me, is this helpful? I see you're all still with me. So tell me, has this been helpful so far? And you want me to keep going and show you this stuff? So one thing is a new member process. We call this an SOP. Standard operating procedure. You need to have a procedure for your new group members. So here's what it is. It's add, tag, message, ATM, your new group members. So the first thing you do is you add your group members, your members to your group. Obviously, you want to add them to the group. You can click that invite button, but I highly recommend instead you share a link with them, because if you use the invite button, it will bypass the questions. They won't have to answer the questions to join your group. So instead, send them a link so they have to answer your questions before they can get into the group. So first you add them, and then you got to wait for them to like join the group and for you to approve them. Step 2, you got to tag them. All right, so tag. You're going to tag them in your welcome post. Let me show you our welcome post. This right here is a welcome post. We post it every single Monday. We tell you about this one's a brief one. It talks about our group. It tells you things to do, and see, we tag them in it. And where you find this, let me show you. Every single week, if you click on members in your group, you'll see these are our new group members. Oh, they've just been, actually, we just posted our group. So you can see all, so you'll get like the new members to the group. And then once you have the new members, then you can automatically tag them in that post. So we tag that. So first you tag them in that post. The other thing you do is you tag them in your welcome thing. And actually, I need to move this back here. This should always be the first post in your announcements. How do you tag? Do you guys all know how to tag? You want me to show you how to tag? I'm sorry, how to pin? We'll go over one more. Okay, done. Okay, so if you just click on the corner of any post, you can pin it to the top. So click here and click pin to featured, and it'll be the first one at the top. So you always want your welcome to the community, the first one on the top. This gives us a little more information. It goes a little more in depth. I even did a video here. So if you have not watched this video, watch this video so you know more about our group. So tag them in that welcome post too. So you should have a longer welcome post, welcome post, and then a weekly welcome post to welcome new members too. So that is, so you want to tag them in that. So you add, tag, and if you want to go the extra mile, tag them based on what they say they're interested in your new member questions. In your membership questions, what they say, you know, what beauty topics would you be interested in learning more about? What they say there, if you already have an educational post on that topic, go tag them in that post too. So tag them. Why do you tag? Because they're going to get a notification that you tag them. Then you send them a private message. So this is obviously you have to wait for them to join the group. You can't tag somebody who hasn't joined the group. So they have to be fully in the group to do that. So you send them a private message. Hey, Susie, I just wanted to reach out to you real quick. Welcome you to our group, the Beauty Boss community. I'm so excited you're here. You're going to love being part of our community of other busy moms who are looking to learn more how to find time for self-care. I've tagged you in a post that will give you all the information you need to get the most from the group. And I also want to personally invite you to our next skincare class on Tuesday, blah, 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 blah. Can you come? Personally invite them. So add, tag, message. I just changed your life. If you didn't hear about this, you're just like, boom. This is the key to everything because it is. Add, tag, message to your Facebook group. Okay. So that's how you're going to convert. You have to be the algorithm. You have to tag people. You have to message them personally. Put that work in. You will be glad that you did. All right. So we talked about the who, the why, the what, and the how to convert. Now, where do you promote your group? How do you even just grow your group? How do you get new members into your group? Oh, first let me do a when. One question I got for a when was, when do I use the tag at everyone? You guys know that you can tag everyone in your group. I just did it today when I said we were running late. So here's the deal. Do not be the boy who cried wolf. If you are tagging at everyone, you can do it up to once a day. But if you're always tagging at everyone, it becomes white noise. No one cares about it. And honestly, I feel like people way overuse it on Facebook now. And I just ignore anytime it says you, so-and-so tagged you and others in this post. I'm like, well, they tagged everybody. So only use it when you really need it. And I do it like really max once a week. Max. Really, it's like once or twice a month. And it's something when you're launching a new event, okay? When you're like, all right, here's our skincare class for this month. You could tag everyone. You also should invite your group members to it. Or like today when I'm like, we're running late, tag at everyone so everyone saw it. So when it's a time-sensitive announcement like that, that's when you do it. Do not overuse the tag at everyone. Okay, so that's the when. Where do you promote it? So one thing that you can do, and I'm going to show you where I do this on my Facebook, is you should promote it on your own personal profile and your page. And actually, I just realized it's not on mine because I still have New Year, New Gram. So let's edit this, and we're going to upload a photo. Here we go. And I'm just putting the Beauty Boss community as my this is my Facebook profile. Okay, so I put that there, and now it's going to give a notification that I changed that. And here's the other cool thing you can do. So if you click on this and you edit this, I'm going to get my link. Join our community for beauty consultants and directors who want to learn to work virtually. I'm going to come up with something even better, but for now, I've got that link there. So now when people click on my header, they're going to get a link to our group and they can join our group. So that's one thing you can do. So I would definitely put that as the cover for your personal profile as well as your page. On your page, on your Facebook page, where is it? See my page. You can, so see, I've got it here. Ooh, but I should change this. I'll change it later. Okay. You can, I want to view this as how do I view it as view as, there we go. So, I don't know why it's not showing my button, but you can have a button that joins your group. I don't know why it's not letting, I can't see it. Let's just do this. Let's change to my personal. Oh, by the way, do not post in your Facebook group from your page, post from your personal profile. I don't know why the algorithm hates it. So just don't do it. I don't know why so just don't post from your page. Always post from your personal profile. You'll get way more visibility if you do that. Okay, so that's one, is to change your covers. Add a button on your page. Good to go. Two, instead of promoting, so thinking about your public pages like your Facebook page or your Instagram account, instead of promoting your products on those pages, promote your group. Because really, that's where you want people. That's where you want the community. So you could have it as the link on your Instagram profile for them to join your group. You once a week, always promote your group on your Instagram account that promotes, that drives them to your group. We actually do that. Let me show you in our content calendar. So we have that in our Instagram posts, in our content calendar, and in your Instagram stories. So we have this where we promo the group, and we talk about, wish this wasn't so small. So let me see. So this week's live. So we promote whatever live training we're doing. We promote it on our Facebook group. So you'll see. I'm sorry. We promote it on our Instagram, and that's how we promote the group. So this is posted on my Instagram. It says, "Get the most out of your skincare. Consistency is so important." But have you heard of skin cycling? Many have found this the key to their best skin ever. I'm going to show you how it works this week in this week's live training in my Facebook group. Comment group to join us. Then they comment group on your Instagram post. And then everybody who comments group, you personal message them the link to your Facebook group. So they join your Facebook group. So promote it on your Instagram. We also do this in our Instagram stories. And it looks like this. So this is an Instagram story, and here is a countdown sticker that actually counts down to your event. And they reply group again, and that will go right to your DM so they can join you in the group. So promote your group on your Instagram, on your public profiles, on your Facebook profile, instead of your products, instead of your specials. Promote your group, because that's where they're going to get the specials. That's where they're going to get the goods. That's where they're going to learn more about what you do. So that is where I recommend that you do that. So that's how you can grow your group. I've got in our in that course that I give you, that Facebook group course, I think I give you 14 ways to find new members for your Facebook group. So there's a bigger list in there. Those of you who are members of our Beauty Boss app, you're going to get a huge list of different ways that you can build. You can add more people to your Facebook group, and you can grow your group. And we use all those strategies to grow our group that we have here. If you are not part of our Beauty Boss membership, you can actually get a 1-week free membership. And actually just go up to, if you're in our Facebook group, go up to the announcements pinned. It's pinned on there where you can get a free week and get a guest pass to check it out, get this month's calendar, and see if it's a fit for you, and see what we do that. I'm sorry, I'm itchy. So that is my Facebook group training. I gave you guys way more than I planned to. Seriously, like I just had like a few bullet points here and I went way over and above. You know, I'm all about over delivering. So I'm going to go through here. You guys put your questions in here. I'm going to start answering these questions now. If you do have a question, put it in and I will handle it. So can you have multiple groups? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can have multiple groups. You can have a group for your customers, for your potential customers, for your potential team members, and for your team members or your unit members. That's great. It's just more to manage. I recommend combining them all because you are going to recruit more people if you combine them all. If you have multiple consultants in a group posting, you just have to keep track of whose customers who. You've got to have strict rules, like you can't message anybody's customer. You can comment, but you can't private message anybody else's customer. If you do that, like you've got your team in there and where everyone can have their customers in there, it's going to be way more active of a group. It's called a collaborative Facebook group. And you do that, you're going to recruit people much easier because they're going to see how easy it is to invite people to the group themselves. Should they decide to become a team member. And it's just going to feel more exciting because there's going to be a lot more going on rather than just beauty posts. Okay. But absolutely, if you want to separate it out, you could do that too. You want to keep track of it. Personally, for me, I hate having so many places to post in. I'm all about like, keep it simple and have less places to post in. Okay. Here's this question. Oh, I'm sorry. Heidi asks, how often do you post in your customer group? So our Beauty Boss Calendar gives you 7 posts a week, Monday through Sunday. Okay, so 7 posts a week. I post in this group Monday through Friday. I don't post on Saturday and Sunday. It's really up to you. I recommend you at least do Monday through Friday. You at least have 5 posts a week to keep things active and keep things going. But what's cool about a Facebook group is that posts resurrect themselves. I don't know if you saw there in that feed, you saw how many lives were going on there. And some of those lives are from a year ago that people search for, and then they watch it and they comment on it, and Facebook moves it up to the top of the feed. So once you have things really going, you can actually decrease the amount of posts that you're sharing, because posts are going to resurrect themselves and move themselves back up to the top. Okay. Facebook group user said, the VIP group I currently have, should I create the sheet to ask the questions? And yes. So yeah, do one of those polls. Ask people which topics they'd be interested in. And I would definitely create a spreadsheet and keep track of what they're interested in. The other thing that you could also do is you might ask questions like, what's your biggest struggle when it comes to your skin? And then look at what people say and copy and paste into your spreadsheet what they say word for word and use their words. That's a great way to do marketing. So for instance, if someone says, oh my gosh, I just feel like I am looking so old and run down, and I'm only 36. Okay. Like they say something like that. You could say something like, are you feeling like you are looking old and run down and you're only in your mid 30s, like that kind of thing. So use their words, and you'll see magic kind of happens when you start using their words in your marketing. We call that copy, and it's the words that you use for marketing. So yes, create that sheet, ask those questions. Okay, this says, I don't know why Facebook won't let me tag their name in the post. Only as they are with me, like on top line of that. Wait, like on the top line of that makes sense. I'm not sure. I don't know why Facebook won't let me tag their name in the post. So first of all, you can only tag them if they're officially in the group. All I can say is, without knowing your situation specifically, sometimes glitches happen. I get frustrated too when you can't tag people. I like to use the @ sign, and that seems to help bring up names. So check your spelling. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure without knowing your specific situation. If you want to like post that as a post in our Facebook group and show like screenshots of what's happening, that'd be good. Okay, should I convert my private VIP group to a collaborative group? It's up to you. Do you have a team that you would collaborate with? Do you have a unit that you would collaborate with? If you are a director, I would say it'd be incredibly valuable to your unit to do that. You guys, I have been considering for a while hosting a collaborative group for Facebook group orphans who like don't have a collaborative group to be part of. Does that make sense? So if I want to know like who would be interested in this, because it's something that I would consider launching probably starting in July. That would be a collaborative group for for anybody who wanted to, any consultant who wanted to. There would be rules set up because we have to be really careful that we're not like breaking the golden rule and marketing to other people's customers. So it'd have to be very strict on the rules. But a collaborative group is a really great way to, number one, like here's the problem. Okay. So I don't know, Facebook user, whoever you are, the thing is, let's say you're a director. I don't know if you are or not, but your new consultants, when they start their business and then they start their own Facebook group, they maybe have like 10 or 15 people in there in the beginning, right? And it can be kind of discouraging and overwhelming for them to try to build a group from zero. Also, when they invite other people into the group, it's way more exciting to join a group with hundreds of people than it is to join a group with like 10 people. So there's a lot more activity the more members that there are. So that's really a big benefit of a collaborative group. If you can find like, 4 or 5 other consultants who want to collaborate with you, you guys are all admins helping each other out. You have to set your rules of how you're going to do this. But it's a great resource for new consultants. So when you recruit somebody, let's say they're in the group and they're a customer in the group, and you have other consultants who have their customers in the group, and they're seeing how easy it is to work this business because all they have to do is invite them to this group, and they can plug their people into your skincare classes you're already doing, and they can just invite people to this group, and their people are seeing the post. Their only responsibility is to add, tag, message their new members. It shows how much easier it is to do this business, how much simpler it is to do this business. Then you add on top of it recognition for the consultants in the group. You add things in there like, I love doing ring the bell posts. Like, ring the bell. What are you celebrating this month? Let's say you do a ring the bell and you've got consultants in there. They're like, oh my gosh, I sold this. I did this. I'm so excited. I did my first skincare class. It was awesome. Nobody bought anything, but it was still so much fun. And they're seeing these things. They're seeing the recognition. They're getting the feel of that guest event. It's way more effective than you just have this little group where you're just sharing beauty tips, right? Like, they're getting the whole big picture. They're getting the whole culture of what Mary Kay is all about, or what your business is all about, rather than, and I think it's interesting that we are so hush-hush about our training in our company. You realize that, like, we're very often like, don't let the guests know what we're training on. And honestly, I have found that if you let the guests see the training we get, if you let the guests see the resources we get, if you let them see what you're promoting. So for instance, let's say if you're a director, and I'm telling you, you do this with customers in the group or even guests in the group, and you post something about, like, say, 60 faces in 60 days. Are we still doing that? I think that's over. I don't know. 60 faces in 60 days. But let's say that's what we're promoting, and you're talking about that, and you're like, who is working toward this? And then you've got the consultants in there going, I've only got 15 more faces. And then you instruct your consultants to tag their customers in there, right? You instruct them when they say, I only have 15 more, I need 15 more faces. And then they tag tag every single customer or guest they have in that group. And then their customer sees that, like, Susie Q Consultant is working. I don't know why everyone's Susie. Jenny Q Consultant is working. She needs 50 more faces. Hey girl, you can use my face. And they're seeing what we're doing in our company. They're seeing the magic of the recognition and the excitement of going for this goal that's magic for them. They're going to naturally and organically want to be part of your team. They're going to naturally and organically want to be part of what you're building, because it's going to draw them in, rather than being like, you're a guest and a customer and these are the consultants. Let's keep everybody apart so you don't know what we're doing. And then we recruit them into our company, and they're like, they can't picture what it is. They can't picture what to do. They can't picture what their life will be like. They can't picture it. But if you let them in and it becomes this collaborative group, it's so much more effective. Can you see how it would be like that? So one thing, if you are doing a collaborative group, is tagging has to be big. So people need to understand. So rather than saying comment me below, you need to say comment me and tag your consultant. So they're always tagging their consultant, so that the consultant sees their response on that post, right? And if they do just say me, then you reply to that and you say, hey, who's your consultant? And then you tag them. So the directors or the leader of the group needs to be there facilitating, making sure a consultant is always tagged. And that's how you're going to prevent people from working with other people's customers too. So you just got to be careful there. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, when you have a specialized group for skincare and skin cycling, should I add this to my VIP customer group? I'm not quite sure what that's asking. When you have a specialized group for skin care and skin cycling, should I add this to my VIP customer group? Are you talking about combining? Are you talking about combining your groups? Honestly, it would depend on who's in what group, I guess. I don't know. That's one of those I need more info. It would be that's a specific tailored to the specific circumstance of what you'd be doing. Are you suggesting we hold our unit meetings in the collaborative Facebook group? You could. Maybe. I mean, let's think how that would go down. Like, why couldn't you? I mean, aren't your unit meetings shouldn't your unit meeting always be a guest event anyway? Like, I mean, could you? Or you could have it as a Zoom and have that be private with just your unit. So, I mean, you could. I guess it would be up to you, Cynthia, what you want to do. If you want to run it more like a guest event, then I would just put them right in the group. If you want it to be more private with just you and your unit, and you're sharing only private information that you want to keep separate from the guests or customers, then I guess that would be up to you. All right. Tracy. Hey, Tracy. Since my Facebook profile is converted to professional profile, won't let me do the app plus their name either. So I wonder if that's why. So maybe, so I always do for my personal profile. I wonder if it has something to do with who you're friends with. So yeah, if you're not friends or they have extra privacy, you can't tag them. So that's good to know. Thank you, Nicole. You guys, it's not that big of a deal. Like, here's the thing. If there's somebody who you can't tag, no problem. Like, whatever. Like, tag who you can, and those who you can't, let it go. You can still message them and do that way. Okay. When you're talking about private messaging, how do you PM more people without getting locked for the day? So you've got to just pace yourself, Sydney. Just do like a few for the day and just be careful that you're not going too fast. I don't know that you have that many people at once who are joining your group. So, because remember, it's kind of like a day-to-day thing. So one day you might have 3 people, another day you might have 6 people, another day you might have only 1 person. So just be thinking about that. Like, just pace yourself. That's all. So don't go crazy, and do like 3 messages and go take a break. And then go do 6 messages the next day. Go take a break, that kind of thing. So just pace yourself, and that's how you can avoid that. This is genius. Love it. I'm in DQ. Love it. Rooting for you, girl. Okay, whoever you are. From lead generation, total stranger. Okay. So, would a collaborative Facebook group be public? This is a good question. Private or public Facebook group? I would have it be private and hidden. So it is invite only. That's a really, really good question. If, I guess it doesn't matter. Definitely not public, because you've got to have, let me see the options here. Hold on. Let me see these options. I forget what they are. It's been so long since I've created our group. Okay, privacy. Okay, yes. You want it private, but visible. Private, but visible. There we go. You want it to be a private group. What it means by private is that you can only see the posts if you are in the group. So you absolutely want it private. Visible means that Facebook will suggest your group to other people, which is a good thing. You would want. You'd want Facebook to suggest your group to other people, but then you only approve people who answer those membership questions. That's your gatekeeper to get people in. Visible. If you want it super private, then make it hidden, meaning it's invite only. So nobody can see it unless they are invited to the group. Good question. All right. Is there a certain amount of lives and posts I should do a week to keep my algorithm popping? All right, Justine, first of all, you are the algorithm. Stop focusing on the Facebook algorithm. Don't worry about that. Instead, you be the algorithm. And however many lives you want to do and posts you want to do, I would at least do 1 a day, Monday through Friday. I would at least go live a couple times a month. And then you also, so there's lives that are, even though I know lives are now considered events, but there are going to be two types of lives you're going to do. Okay. There's going to be just like a basic live training where you're going to be like, let's talk about some tips for contouring. Okay. I don't know why I'm on contouring because I've been using the new contouring stick. Isn't it awesome? And I started with the light one and it wasn't enough. So I went to the dark one and I'm an ivory. Well, I'm kind of like a light beige because I do like tanner and stuff. But anyways, I digress. So I'm on contouring. So let's say you're like, I'm just going to do a few tips on contouring. So that's going to be one thing. Those are just going to be like, and those are, you guys, those are like 5 to 10 minute lives. So just super quick. And it's designed to give them a teaser. Okay. So things like, so you always want to share with them the what and the why, but not the how. The how is a deeper event. So I'm not really giving you guys a lot of how here. I'm giving you a what and a why, even though this has turned into a really long event. But I'm giving you really the what and the why you should be doing it. But the how, I teach you how to do that in that Facebook group course. That's where I give you my templates. That's where I give you the scripts. That's where I give you, this is exactly how you do it. This is how you set up your settings. This is how you create those membership questions. These are what you ask, that kind of thing. So to do that, that's where you want them at your skincare class. That's where you want them at your one-on-one appointment with you. That's where you want them at your recruiting event. So those live events are going to be more like official events that you actually invite people to. That will be your full virtual skincare class that you're going to stream live into your Facebook group. And again, highly recommend StreamYard. Like seriously, StreamYard. Do not do it through regular Facebook group. You can't share your screen. It sucks and it's super confusing. So, okay. Is 3 posts a day, 7 days a week, too many posts on a group? I would say, Kate, that is the max that I would do. And make sure there are at least 6 hours between each post. On Facebook, this is the only thing I'm going to tell you about the Facebook algorithm. Well, 2 things. Number 1, links in Facebook posts get way less views. And that's another reason why you want to have them comment below versus giving them a direct link. 2, Facebook, remember, they are trying to, there are billions of posts, right? Billions. So once you post, it's like she got her chance and they're going to give other people chances. So every subsequent post in a day, if it's within 6 to 8 hours, get 60% less views. So make sure your most important post is first, number 1. And number 2, make sure there's at least 6 to 8 hours in between. So once you post, every subsequent post is going to get 60% less views because Facebook already saw that you got that chance. So number 1, you're going to post your first post, your most important post first. You're going to wait 6 to 8 hours between your next post, and you're going to tag and message people to make sure you are your own algorithm, right? Okay. How do you feel about sharing into the group a post from Mary Kay or another consultant? Should we redo it and make it ours, or Sherry? Okay. In a group, okay, on Instagram, no, don't do that on Instagram. In a group, put whatever you want. They don't know. They don't have another consultant. So as long as you have permission to share that post, I don't see any reason why not. If you're kind of, particular about your branding and you want to put it in your own brand, go ahead and do that. But sharing is totally fine in a Facebook group because your customers aren't seeing other consultants' Facebook group posts. So that's fine, just as long as it gives value and it aligns with the feel you're trying to give your group. Okay, what's to say? I just created a 10-day challenge. Wash your face. I love that. Great challenge idea. That is one great way to grow your group. By inviting my group to join me every night live for 10 days and wash our face together. Hi, Donna. That's awesome. That is a great idea. I love the idea of a challenge. It's a great way to grow your group. And 10 days is great because it's not too long and you don't have people fizzling out. I'm assuming you're doing this smart. And at the end of your 10 days, you're going to share a skincare routine that they need, right? Like I hope there's like a call to action at the end. That's the way that you really grow and you convert there. Awesome, Kate. Glad this was helpful to you. Gosh, I love these questions. All right. Can I convert my Facebook group I've already built relationships with in another direct sales I'm no longer doing to my Mary Kay group? Let me ask you something, Facebook user. How would you feel if you joined a group for another network marketing or direct sales? Well, first of all, if it's beauty, fine. It's the same thing. But I'm going to ask you, like, if you signed up for something that was like health and wellness, and then all of a sudden it turned into something else, how would you feel? I'm going to tell you, if you do that without telling them, you're going to lose members, which is fine because you don't want them in there if they're not interested in your stuff. It's Facebook user. It's going to depend on, like I do that. Facebook user, it's going to depend on your people. And you said you've already built relationships. So, I mean, I can see why that would be tempting because you've already built this community, which is great. So what I would do is I would just say, hey, you guys, you definitely want to like tell them and you want to give them the opportunity to leave if they're not interested in that. Right. So you want to tell them like, hey, if this is an interest of you, this is what the new topic is going to be of the group. So just be thinking about that. I wouldn't just like all of a sudden start changing and start posting. You need to like transition them over. You need to communicate with them. And I would definitely send private messages to at least the key people in your group and be like, look, this is what's going on now. And these are the changes. Do you still want to be part of this group? So I would give them that option there. I mean, yeah, see how it goes. So really, you know your people better than I do. So you kind of have to think about that. Okay. Any other ideas or ideas? Any other question? I'll take ideas too. Any other questions? And if not, tell me what was your biggest takeaway from this? You guys, I need feedback. Like, did you like this? Was this helpful? Did you learn something new? Are you going to implement this stuff? Like, was this cool? Like, are you into it? Or are you like, Brittany, this was a big, giant waste of time. So like, tell me what you thought of this. Renee said, Donna Miller, how did you announce you were starting it? Okay. Oh, go ahead. Donna, contact Renee. Sorry, I saw that on there and then I realized that was the reply to Donna's. So yeah, tell me what is your biggest takeaway, or if you have any other questions, put them in here. You guys, I apologize. This went so long. Like I did not realize it, but you're all sticking with me. So, so did not expect that. So we've got one who said, I like asking the post topics, create a spreadsheet of what they like so you don't tag them when we talk about that subject. I love that. Be your own algorithm. Love that. Write that down and like permanent marker. Be your own algorithm. So love how to keep track of responses and questions to join the group. Cynthia said, excellent info. Kate said, this is amazing stuff. So glad it was available. I'm glad it's in place. I can replay it. Thank you so much. Definitely not too long. Awesome. You guys know, like, I can't just do quick trainings. Like, I just have so much I want to share with you. It's so cool. And you guys, Facebook groups, like, when you do them right, they are magic. When you are doing them wrong, they're a big, giant waste of time. Period. So Facebook user said, I love this, helped a lot. Thank you so much for all this info. I love the thought of building a community versus only showing products. Taught me a lot. Awesome. I like how you talked about helping the customers feel like they are part of a community. And that really is key. Like like for me, that was a mindset shift. Like thinking this is a community, not my own personal billboard. And that's really the change we need to make in this, because you guys, and let's just close this with this. All right. You know, Mary Kay is not the only game in town. Like you're all aware of that, right? That there are other network marketing, skincare, makeup lines out there. And let's be honest, they all think they have the best products too. And they should. If you're selling it, you should feel that it is. So listen, you've got to do something different. They're out there. I'm part of these groups, and they're all informational billboards. And they are all, so many of them, like they're doing these Facebook parties And I go to these parties. Sometimes I support my friends and I'm like, this is boring. Like, I don't want to just see post after post of every product you're selling. I want to be part of something. I want to be part of something where I build relationships with people. I want to be part of a group that engages me. If you're going to take up my Facebook feed, if you're going to take up space on my algorithm of my feed, then it better freaking be valuable or I'm unfollowing. I'm leaving. And that really is the game we are playing now on social media. It's the game we play on Instagram. It's the game we play on Facebook. It's the game we play in Facebook groups. Like, you have got to give people a reason to follow you or they will leave you. And you have nobody to be upset about but yourself, right? Because you're not doing anything that gets them to want to stay with you. Now, I'm not talking about the people who leave because they're just not the right fit. That's a totally different thing. But I'm saying, like, some of you are frustrated and it's because you're not building. Instead, you're just yelling. You know what I mean? Like, you're not connecting. You're just yelling at people. You are just slapping product in their face. You're just slapping engagement games in their face. You are not giving them value. You are just yelling. I don't know how else to put it. And that's what everybody else is doing. And if we want to continue to be the best, if we want to continue to be Mary Kay Cosmetics, like the best, longest selling, most amazing skincare products and business opportunity ever, then we can't be doing this crap that everybody else is doing. You've got to set yourself apart. You got to do something different. You got to be better than what other people are doing out there. So I want to encourage you to do something better. I want to encourage you to go above and beyond. I want to encourage you to build those relationships. I want to encourage you to create a movement. Create a movement that people want to be a part of, that people are just can't wait to see what you're giving them that day. And so think community focus. What do your people need? What do they, how can you be a hero to them? How can you be their, how can you give them something as opposed to constantly asking them for something? Everyone's asking. No one's giving anymore. It's all promoting all the time. And people are sick of it. Start giving. And you will see your business will explode when you do that, because people are going to be beating down your door to work with you. So get the dollar signs out of your eyes. I realize some of you have some big goals. I see we got DIQs in here. I realize that. I realize we've got 3.5 months left of the seminar year, and you're feeling this pit of your stomach of like time is running out and we feel this stress. But if I can encourage you to just let that go and start breathing belief into people, start giving something to them, you'll see you will not need to feel stressed for a deadline ever again. If you can focus there on doing things right, building relationships, building community, connecting with people, and creating something magical and special for people, you won't ever be desperate again. I promise. I promise. So hopefully this was helpful to you all. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'll go through the comments throughout the week. And let me know if you'd be interested in us all doing a Facebook group orphans. If you want to do something collaborative together, I might consider facilitating something like that, but I'd have to have enough people who would be interested in helping me to admin it and facilitate it and to grow it. So, and I'm not going to do it if no one's interested. So if you're interested, send me a private message. Say, Brittany, I'm interested in the collaborative Facebook group. And then we can talk. So thank you guys so much for showing up. You have an amazing week. I'll see you next time. Rooting for you.